Hello everyone. So today I'm going to discuss the question which came on 3rd September, task 1 writing. Okay, so question was, the charts show the info about the use of internet in 5 countries in Europe in 2000. So there are two charts given, one is the bar graph and the other one is the pie chart. So we have to discuss both the graphs accordingly. Let's begin. Okay, so first of all, let me discuss. We have to give the introduction, then overview, and last our details. That will be our body paras, which we can make 2 body pairs, or we can also make only 1 body para as per the requirement. So in the introduction we have to paraphrase our question. So how we have to paraphrase our question? Okay. तो हमें इसको paraphrase करना है. Like the chart shows, we can write, because there are 2 charts, one is the bar graph and one is the pie chart. So we can say the bar graph. Now we can write show as provides the information. You have to write it in a full word. You can't use hyphen because there is no space, so I have to write it using a hyphen. Information. Fine. The bar graph provides the information about the percentage or you can say rate, or you can write proportion. The bar graph provides the information about the percentage, rate or proportion of people using internet. Because internet is a proper noun, I'm writing it in the first letter capital. Now, because we have written this but we haven't written anything about the pie chart, so I will write by adding a comma. I am writing here, otherwise you have to write it together. Okay, while. This while will come after the comma, so I'm writing here because I have to discuss this part also, and I'm showing it how to paraphrase both the situations, or you can say both the charts. While the pie chart. One more thing, I have written here that people using internet, then I forgot to write in 5 European countries in 2000. Now add comma. While the pie chart tells the expenditure, the average expenditure Again, I have very less space here, so I am writing here to next to downward of this expenditure. Okay, the pie chart tells the average expenditure on online shopping per person. In 5 European countries, or you can write it afterwards also, like this. Five European countries in 2000. Okay, now see how I have paraphrased the question. The bar graph provides the information about the percentage, rate or proportion of people using internet, while the pie chart tells the average expenditure on online shopping per person in 5 European countries in 2000. Fine. So this is how we will paraphrase our question. Next overview. In the overview, or we can say overall, here we have to write about the conclusion, like the main features or the principal changes. So here we can see in overall, here we are gonna write maximum, minimum and trend, but because it is in the same year, so we will not discuss any trend here. Only we will discuss is maximum and minimum. Overall, the greatest proportion or percentage of population who used internet was in Sweden. Whereas maximum expenditure we can't write abbreviations here, so we have to write the full forms only. Maximum expenditure or maximum amount of money was spent on online shopping was by people of UK. Okay, so we have discussed here the maximum or the greatest amount what was spent or used. Okay, now we have to write about the minimum also. So we will add the connector furthermore or moreover. Furthermore, comma, the minimum or you can say least amount of internet was, and because the least is same in both the graphs, sorry, in the graph and the pie chart, like here the Spain and here also it is Spain. The least amount of internet used and the minimum expenditure on online shopping was by Spain, full stop. Now see how we have written the overall. In overall we are going to write the maximum, minimum and trend, because here it is the same year, both the graph and the pie chart is of the same year, so we are not discussing the trend, we will only discuss the maximum, minimum. So here the greatest proportion of population who used internet was in Sweden. Here we have said the greatest proportion, right? And whereas the maximum amount of money was spent, whereas the maximum amount of money was spent on online shopping was by people of UK. अब maximum amount भी हमने बता दिया. Then is furthermore the least amount of internet used and the minimum expenditure on the online shopping was by Spain. So this is overall. Now while discussing the details of the body pairs, we have to first collect our data and compare everything. Now again we are not going to discuss the trends, but अब हमें करना क्या है इसमें, we have to discuss by comparing everything. Like this is, sorry, like this is maximum, and we can say this is half of this, right? And this is 1/3, or you can say 3 times of this. So in this way we are going to write the body pairs, like the maximum amount, maximum population who used the internet was the people of Sweden, was by the people of Sweden, and then UK spent 20%, while France was half of this. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से हम अपने बॉडी पेयर्स को कवर करेंगे. नाउ अबाउट द एक्सपेंडिचर, इट इज इन यूरो. यू हैव टू फर्स्ट चेक what is what does your graph tells. So here it is given in euros. यहाँ पे दिया है 87 किसका है, अब यूके का. तो यूके मैक्सिमम हमने बोला था, ठीक है, ये मैक्सिमम हो गया. देन वी कैन से स्पेन जो है वो लीस्ट में आएगा या मिनिमम में आएगा, ठीक है, ये हाईएस्ट में आएगा, ये मैक्सिमम में आएगा, राइट. देन you can say this is closely followed by this, which is Sweden, followed by Sweden, right? And these are half, like 50%, nearly 50 euros spent by both the countries. Nearly 50 euros were spent by both the countries, which were कौन सी है ये, फ्रांस एंड जर्मनी. फाइन. सो इस वे से हम अपना ग्राफ को इंटरप्रेट करेंगे. नाउ द ग्राफ इज डिस्कस्ड in the you can say the post, so you can check it from there. Also I can share here also. See, let's discuss this. So I have given both the samples. You can write the answer in two ways. First, the bar chart illustrates the percentage of people using the internet in 5 different European countries, while the pie chart shows the average amount of money spent shopping online in 2000. Overall, Sweden and the UK were the two countries with the greatest percentage of internet users, and also the two countries with the highest average online shopping expenses respectively. Furthermore, Spain had the fewest internet users and lowest average spending on internet shopping. Then these are the two body pairs. In 2000, 35% of Swedish population used the internet, while 20% of the people of UK were also internet users. Only 5% of people in Spain used the internet, which was half of the figure of France and 1/3 of the figure of Germany. We can interpret it in this way also. Next body pair is of pie chart. British internet users had the highest average shopping expenses online at Euro 87, followed by Swedes at Euro 76. The French and Germans had similar average internet budgets at Euro 57 and Euro 46 respectively, while the Spanish only spent a mere average of Euro 10 on online shopping. Then sample 2 is also given. The bar graph and pie chart provides the information on the percentages of internet users among the population and individual expenditure on online shopping measured in euros in 5 European countries in 2000. Overall, Sweden ranked first in terms of proportion of internet users. Furthermore, the British spent the maximum amount of online shopping. People in Spain spend the least amount of money on internet shopping. Concerning the bar graph, at the top of the list was Sweden and 35% of population getting access to the internet. In addition to the country, in UK, Germany, France and Spain, the percentages of internet users were this. The maximum amount of was spent by, in this there is not much comparison done, so it is in a simple way, but in the above sample we have compared every category together. So here there is not much comparison between the quantities. The maximum amount was spent by Sweden, which was 87 euros. In France, shopping expenditure for an individual was around half, 57%. Similarly, in Germany, the expenditure on shopping on internet was 46 euros. The least amount of money was spent on shopping on the internet in Spain by an individual, which was only 10 euros. So this was all about our graph, which came on 3rd September as the exam question. That's it. Thank you.